Yeah, I mean, personally, as a fund, I mean, we're mostly focused on the cryptocurrency assets, not, just blockchain technology, as a lot of people just like to say. But I think in 2018, we're going to see continued growth in Bitcoin, Ether, and Litecoin. We're going to see a bunch of the altcoins have, extreme growth, many of which most people haven't heard a lot about. I think the ICO landscape is going to, I'd say, collapse relatively quickly within the next 6 months in most instances.
What
But
makes you say that?
the reality is that there are very few applications that actually need to be ICO'd, right? And so many of the companies that went with the ICOs over the last 6 months were primarily doing it as a quick way to raise money, rather than building something that was potentially disruptive by tokenizing it, right? And so there are only so many of those opportunities out there, at least that we've seen. So file storage is the one thing that everyone can point to, but not many can point to many others.
And I know I was speaking to another venture capitalist a few weeks ago, and he was saying a lot of firms are changing their structure so they can invest in tokens. Is your firm doing that?
Yeah, so we have LP approval to do it. We have been selective, to say the least. I mean, we actually have a full-time analyst to focus on cryptocurrency investments, and so we're waiting and being very careful. At first, we were going to make like 15 seed investments, and we're like, well, if we're going to do it, we should go big, right? And how are we going to do that? And that means learning enough about the market to feel comfortable to write a big check. So
Everything's new.
Yeah.
And I gather 2018 will just bring more of the same.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot of the rounds that were the financing rounds that were done in 2017 were all done in these kind of safe agreements, where it's kind of a convertible note into a cryptocurrency token, and the market's changing, incredibly quickly. And so now there is an opportunity for traditional investors to invest in, equity rounds, right? That may represent future token holdings in the future, but that provides us closer access to the companies, potentially board seats, which the companies are looking for, right? They don't want to just have a distributed group of investors. They want people who are there and can, support them as they try to grow.